to Omegaforeverpahrump, where we have all the fun. Oh, in Pahrump, do 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 do. Trying to think of a theme song here. So I haven't really done much, but I did go to church, you know. I had eh, it was fun. And then the preacher was talking, and of course, you know, you're supposed to say you believe in God and stuff, but in that circumstances, you know, the way things were going in the Bible, I was like, get a lawyer. Yeah, okay. My way of cleaning. So, if we get enough people here, I will imitate Snake Lady and I will talk what I'm going to be writing about. I'm really excited because I thought the wig was going to be messed up from the rats and stuff, but they weren't. It looks pretty good, so I'm really ecstatic about it. Snake Lady, Snake Lady. So yeah. God darn it. Oh. So I'm excited about that because it's been a hard thing to, you know, to want to. I think that it's going to be a great, you know, thing. So I'm just cleaning this out and seeing who's going to come in. This is how I put mine in for these ones. You just go, it's like cookie cuttering it. See, you cookie cutter it. And what I do is I take this. You can use your finger and just, you know, push it to go in. It usually works pretty good. It gets in there. And then you light her up. Woo! Hello, welcome to Omegaforeverpahrump. I'm here in Pahrump, Nevada, the excitement town next to Las Vegas. We're only an hour to hour and a half from, you know, Vegas. Put a thumbs up, it helps with the algorithms. And today we're talking about many things. We could talk about cryptids. We could talk about, you know what I think is amazing? They must have some really amazing plastic surgeons here because I was told, you know, fairies here, they all look fucking fabulous. You know, they look like they can join the Walk of Fame. But over in Europe, the fairies there are scary. They're the kind of things that you wouldn't want to be, you know, wearing a tutu in, okay? Thank you for the thumbs up. The horse has fallen from grace. When was the last time you've gone more than a year without smoking marijuana? Ooh, it's been a long time. Actually, I've never gone. I've been smoking steadily since it came where you can buy it over in a dispensary. Really, that's when I started smoking, when it became where I could buy it from the dispensary. And I will not drive high, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I can work not high. I can do all that. But it's so much fun when you're home alone. Hello, second person. Welcome. This is Omegaforeverpahrump. I have been talking about many things, so I was talking about how fairies here get liposuction and everything done, and then the fairies over in Europe are really like the scary ones. You know, they talk about the mountains and stuff like that. That's where fairies are from in Europe. See, here there's a magical place, and these fairies are really pretty looking. And let's see, we can also talk about the pyramids. They found some amazing things right underneath them. By the way, my dad and I talked about that, what they would find underneath there and stuff. And we had gone around how did they get, You ever thought that there's no elevators or stairs to this level that they found? It's an empty space filled with nothing. There's no water or anything. It's a big motherfucking room underneath the Sphinx. And they said it's also underneath the pyramids, the Giza. So there's different places, and my dad and I talked about that over 10 years ago, and I'm not even surprised. And he goes, yeah, he was really big in the Sleeping Prophet. Yeah. You're so without it. Well, I guess okay, let's just put it this way. If I was pregnant or had a child within my womb, I would not be smoking marijuana. But because I'm not, and I am pretty well happy with marijuana and stuff, you know, that's where I'm at. Since at the point I'm not making a lot of money, you know. I think it would be different if I was making a lot more money and I'd be more casual and I'd be talking about something else, you know, or we'd be, it's one of those things. Because I'm, how can I say this? If I was expecting another child, which I'm not, I'd be more frugal and be talking about exercising, better health care, vitamins, let's go take a walk, let's walk around Pahrump, let's do that. I start doing those videos, yeah, and no weed, you will know something's up. Right now I'm addicted and happy to be addicted to my weed. Unless I'm offered a lot of money to not be addicted to my weed, that's where I'm at. It's cheaper than alcohol, and it really is. And I don't wake up with a hangover. And I do drink plenty of water. Yeah, it is better. I mean, my weed, though, is lower than most. Let me see where I put it. There it is. All right. Let me get, select more photos. Let me see. Oh, get current selection. I can get my boyfriend. There's my guy. There's a picture of my name. Oh, he looks so fancy. That's his fancy hat. There we go. All right. Mine is only, it's not even a 14% THC. The total THC is like 13.699. Oh, here. Let me, there we go. Bring it closer. Let me see. There we go. It's more of for aches and my pains. It's not something that is going to get me super high. Now, the cubes that I sometimes find, I got other stuff that were way more. And it's pretty much not even with CBD. It's with all the healing stuff. I went and bought one last year when I went to California. And I'm thinking, well, this is not going to do much. So I'm sitting there while other people are driving and stuff, because I wasn't driving that time. And wow, it was hardly any CBD. It was mainly the healing stuff, and I was woo woo off my woo woo. I could say that, you know, I did smoke a little weed and stuff between doing that, but yeah, I'm what you call, I could hold on, unless I'm making a lot of joints, and yeah, that's the only time. This is 14 grams, and it is only, the THC is only for, not even 14%. It is mainly for healing. I got it because I like to smoke my stuff, as in herb, and it's for healing. But boy, it makes me feel so good. Woo! That is my boyfriend in the background. His name's Brandon. Brandon. I like that picture. He's wearing his fancy hat. Hello, Daphne. Yes. Yes, that's my boyfriend. He's busy, so, oh, God. He said, well, you could come, you know, instead of Friday, I'm going to see him Saturday. I did go to church today. I got to be a good girl, go to church. Yeah, I wanted to pray for a friend of mine. I have a friend who is going through some, he slid in his sobriety, being sober, and it happens. So, I like to say a prayer while we're all here for, my friend, Dave, and, he goes by another name, but his legal name is Dave. I used to just call him that because it pissed him off. So, dear God, please help Dave, give him his strength. He has 5 children to take care of, and he needs to have his strength. Give it to them. Let him know that everyone cares about him, and when he slides back or whatever, he turns into super asshole. Please let him know that. Amen. Hi, Noah. Yes. This is the picture of my boyfriend. He says, how many people do you show my picture to? And I say, everybody. I show him to my work. I show him to strangers. Hey, was it that? That's my boyfriend. Yeah, that's my boyfriend. Ah, just like when my friend said, goes, so did you show my picture with a dress to anybody? I go, everybody. I'm honest. I don't lie. I keep that a secret. Oh, Hucky. Minute she pisses me off, it's going right up here. But I'm not pissed at him. I'm just, you know, she didn't want anyone to see it. So that's why I put it up there. My shirt says, is butter a carb? I had actually a guy come up to me and ask me if that was true. And guess what? No, it's not a carb. Butter is not a carb. Just think about that. My boyfriend got me exercising. I'm doing my arm. I bought some at the store over at Big Five. Yeah, I'm going to be... They only had 1 pair left. Everyone must be in the same mood to be getting exercising. Oh, look at those lips. Ooh, 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 So, anyway, you go and exercise, you know. I love that. So, anyway. Hey, Noah. Well, I can't type on here. I used to be able to. I don't know what happened. Maybe I pissed off somebody. I don't know. So, I am, I smoke weed that's very low in, I believe people don't know this. This is 14%. What was it? The biggest one that I had here, I think, was, this was 19. That was a while back. But Hoyo Girl Hybrid is pretty good, and it has, it has a lot of healing agents. I mean, the big one was dealing with, your moving muscles, and so, boy, that really helps out. Ooh, yeah, it's nice. There you go. And if you have it with the sleepy time tea, I'm sure it could feel like a, a sleepy one, but yeah, there we go. I like to have, and this is what it looks like when you ground it. There we go. Oh, nice. Look at that. Here, you see there we go. Hi, everyone. Subscribe. Put a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. So, what do you think? My dad and I had an hypothesis that there is no, they're not going to find any doors to get in there. They didn't use them in the first place. So I said to my dad, how in the hell did they get in there? And he said, mind over matter. I go, what do you mean by that? He said, that's all I can get. When I meditate, it's mind over matter. And I go, shit. All right. So, for a while, my dad and I would meditate on this thing that they're talking about now. My dad and I used to meditate about it. And I'm like, wow, it's so great to see the drawings of it, to feel like, wow, it is really large. And there's the reason why they cannot find a way in. There's mind over matter. So let them figure it out. My dad said there's no way to get in. They'll have to use their minds. Oh shit, no one's going to get in. We got to hope for the next generation to get into that space. They'll be like, okay, you got to figure out mind over matter. All right, we got 3 people. Okay, now I heard that snake lady might be around, and I might play the snake lady for a bit to see what you think of her character. And I'm like, it's weird because I couldn't think of acting like that, like in public or anything like that, to go and do that. But man, my friend Christine did it well. Oh, I remember driving with her, and she said, God, we need some gas money. I'm like, oh God. I got some quarters. No, we're not playing with that. So she goes and flashes some guy, gets him to pay her gas. Kid you not, I am not making this up. And I thought, damn. Wow, she was wild. All the while I'm watching her, I look like the 45-year-old woman who's got about 150 pounds extra on her, and look like I look like one of those chihuahuas, shaking underneath the buffet table. That's how I felt. So so here I'm going to go, and I am going to change into the snake lady. And the snake lady, if you remember, it's the other white meat. So I'll be right back. Oh, sorry, kitty. All right. Trying to find the back of this. 'This wig. Oh boy. Hi, I'm the snake lady. Woo-wee. You know what I mean. It's the other white meat. It's that white meat that goes slithering in the night. And you go, here, you got dinner. Mm-hmm. Yep, just got out of jail again. You know, there's nothing, you see, I'm not allowed to have any firearms or firecrackers anymore. Let's see, what else am I not allowed to have? Oh, a slaughter of stuff. But anyhow, let's go on with how I got in. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. Okay? I I don't know how that person got hurt 17 times with my knife and my and it just so happens that my prints are on there. He survived. It's okay. I did it because I was protecting myself. Or was it 25 times? I don't know. Anyway, I'm out. I'm out on bail. They told me to get the fuck. They said, we're just so tired of you visiting in here. You got to get some other thing. So anyway, we're going to be having that panty sale, you know. And the rumors are wrong. I am not having old ladies paying them to go mow my lawn and wear the panties. My grandma, she has a following and she does that. You go talk to her if you want panties from her. But, you know, she's 85 and she's been, you know, on that, you know, what's it called? You know, MySpace or, oh, shoot. It's like, you know, my OnlyFans page. She got one. 85. God dang. I never thought plastic surgery could make her look pretty good. Man, you know, when she dies, those jugs, we can use them as basketballs. Yeah. Bloom, 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 bloom. Yep. So the snake lady's back. I'm back and I'm bad. I'm ready to do some shopping. I don't got much money, but that's okay. I am fast. That's right. There's a lot that could be holding this hair. This beautiful set of hair. I use, that's right, snake oil. I put that in. It's for real. You put the snake oil in. Yeah, it's wonderful. And then you can cook and fry with it too. That's what's the fun part about it. Yeah. I may be a white woman, I may be white trash, but I love my snake. That's right. Snake fricassee, we got ground up snake, we got snake hamburgers, we got snake kebab, you know, whatever snake you want, we got it. You know, my mobile unit will get there and I will be able to, and it wasn't me that caused the food poisoning. It was old lady, you know, she had that potato salad sitting out there in the sun for God knows how long. I've got impeccable. It's absolutely the other white meat. So here. Oh. So that's the snake lady. I'm going to start. I got to clean up my RV enough to where I can do some filming in it, and I've got to figure out I'm going to have to go to this one site because she's going to be yelling at her grandma because they have to get an order in for 15 panties, and she's halfway done with the yard and she needs to change out the panties, and she's yelling at her. Yeah. Hey. And that is my kitty. Well, come here. Come here. Da, 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 da. So anyway, yeah. So I have I've got a boyfriend. And that's it. I do hang out with two guys, but one is fixed and one is going to be fixed. And they're my cats. I do enjoy Bombay. He's more of a laid-back cat. He's also older. He's like what you would call middle-aged. And then I have, of course, my cat, Bobby, who I've had since he was a kitten. He's adorable. His little tail. So I've been exercising and doing push-ups a lot with my things, and yeah, every time I use the bathroom or go to the bathroom or anything in the bathroom, I do a set of push-ups, and that's what I've been doing to getting my everything in order, because good Lord, I'm going to be having to use my arms to fly. Jeez, it's just embarrassing to me. So, and besides that, you know, it's, as for weed, I'm not going very high and heavy. Mainly, I do it because of the fact that it helps with my aches and pains and stuff. You know, my arms hurt, my legs hurt, everything hurts. Ah. So hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday, you know, kind of taking it easy, enjoying life. I'm enjoying my time with the cats. I've been watching, God, it was called The American Monster. And they talked about this guy who is a famous, like, gymnast over in University of Michigan for the gymnasts. And he was just a horrible person. Oh my God. It's on, I think it's on Netflix. Netflix called American Monsters. Or is it, well, it's called American Monsters. And it makes you think this guy just loved being a doctor, you know, and he used to walk around his big thing. And this is what I want to tell you about creepers and fanny packs. He cut a hole in the fanny pack so he can hide his heart on while he's watching little girls play. Yeah, sick. It's just sick. Hide his while being a Pedro. Oh my God. That was like the first one. I'm like, thank God I never took gymnastics. Jesus Christ. Then the second one is it's almost like it's what you would call the somebody gets insurance out of somebody. They're going through hard times and stuff, trying to figure out a different way to help each other out. One goes and kills their husband, has insurance. Yeah, it's one of those ones. And I'm like, God dang. And I'm on the third story and I just turned it off before coming on here. And I'm thinking, God dang, you know, there's just some sick fuckers. And I'm thinking, I'm glad I didn't take gymnastics, you know, because in that time frame, if I would have taken gymnastics and taken serious, like, you know, serious, I would have been dealing with this guy. You know, I was of that age, or was I? 90s? No, I wouldn't have dealt with him. But I'm just glad I didn't. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't take gymnastics. My mom did. She was good. I didn't. So anyway, yeah, I've been watching a lot of weird shit. Um, Dealing with, just wanting to like documentaries on, different performers and stuff that are in comedy, so I can grapple with something. But boy, the scary ones, you never know though. It's amazing. It's just really the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Wow. I'm just glad that I'm normal. Makes me feel normal. But I went to church. It was all great. I haven't been there in a while. I told them to pray for me. Oh God, I don't know what I did wrong that I'm going to be in the office. Oh boy. I really don't. I'm like, well, shit. Life is sucks. So say a prayer for me. Wow. Don't talk out all at once. So I had somebody come in, and I appreciate the fact that you're worried that I'm smoking weed, being that it's a holiday, and number two, I'm how can I say, I am not carrying another human being. I'm not pregnant at all. So if I even had a shot here, it wouldn't be bad. You know, it's just the reality of it is, she asked me about being a year without being with weed, and I stated something to the fact that I pretty much, since it became legal in Nevada, I I only like you know if I get up in the morning and stuff, I won't have any weed and I'll get going. And usually I don't have weed until like after getting up, going to work, coming back home. I don't have weed until I'm done with my errands and it's evening. This is like having instead of having, a shot of this, I'm having just this. So I'm very happy that I've been able to do the thing. But it just kind of, yeah, okay. About the weed thing, it just threw me off. I was like, wow, you know, most people go, hey, I'll light up with you. So maybe I can come up with something different, but that's like one person. Oh, I got zero. No one's saying anything. So I got my beautiful cats, and I've been enjoying this Sunday. I went to church and I listened to the sermon. And of course, I'm like, no, you call a lawyer. um, and I was like, wow, the Bible, there's a lot of mistreatment going on. I always get upset. Why are they treating that? No. I guess it's like what our souls, they want to experience. This is like the school of experience earth. That's what my dad used to talk about. See your experience, and I go, oh, fuck. Yeah, it used to piss me off, but then when I got older and my father passed away, and you can't sit there and talk to him, you know, and he had, like, when you would say, oh, Dad, give me a break, he goes, what about a clutch? You know, even though he said it a gazillion times, it's my dad. He said it. I loved him, you know. He wasn't perfect. He was the cheapest bastard that ever tipped you on the face of the damn earth. So when I went out to eat, he paid and I paid the tip. So when we had, I think it was four of us, and it came up to almost over $100. So I figured out the tip through that tip calculator, and then I gave it accordingly. My dad goes, "That's a lot," and I go, "That's 20%." Everybody here ran that poor lady like she was on a marathon. Get it? Yeah. I tip according how we run our poor servers. Yeah. So one time it was so embarrassing. My son, I was like, "Is she? Do you see running shoes on her?" Go, they look like running. That's not the thing. I know, but we don't want to make people run. Couldn't you guys just figure out what you all need at once? That's what I was saying at the table. Just figure it out. Now they run them. I gave, it was my daughter's birthday. We went to the winery before it was sold. It was really nice back then. And we haven't been back since. But um, we went there, and oh, I think I gave an $80 tip. It was that, you know, with, trust me, it was an expensive thing. Usually we didn't do stuff like that. You know, I paid with a credit card. Back then I had credit, okay? So it was my daughter's thing, and the lady was so appreciative. Wow, you actually tip accordingly. You better believe it. I want to come back here. Yeah. I don't want to look like the cheap. Yeah, I love my dad, but it was so cheap. My dad has left, like, you would have a $300 bill and he'll leave $5. Come on, that's just not right. Okay, let's just put it that way. And when you have big get-togethers, $300 is nothing. Trust me, if you go to a smorgasbord and it's 25 bucks a person and you have so many people, it gets up to 300 really quick. Yeah, it's not like we're, you know, it's just, I think if you run up to 300 bucks, you can tip more than five. So usually I would tip if my dad paid my spot and my, you know, more or less, you know, I have four people in my family. That's $100 if you think about that. So usually I tip for my dad. Because I used to waitress, I know how hard the job could be. There's times that you will want to scream and cry, you know? So. So I've been doing a lot of, since I bought these today, I have been doing a lot of arm, you know, yeah, I can't do nothing for my, um, I can't do nothing for putting it in the, yeah, what they usually show is where you put it in your, I have nothing to hold on to it. This is, it would take a lot, so I'm going to have to think about a different alternative, so, eh. Hey, Carrie. Oh, you're on your way to work. Well, have a good day at work, Carrie. We were talking about cryptids and stuff. You missed my thing. I did A little preview of the snake lady. I don't know. No one said anything about her, so I don't know if she's going to be really. She's like a weird person, a weird character. She's definitely the weird one. Yeah, and someone asked me about if I something I'd be so much better if I didn't do weed for a year, and I'm like, I'm not pregnant. Shoot, there's day, I come home. This is my evenings. This is, if I did a daytime show where I knew I was leaving in an hour, I would be like not doing weed because I'm driving. So, well, like I said, I'm not pregnant. I rather do weed than drink. Mm. Well, a lot of people, I've known people who have done weed and they said they feel better. They also have called this a gateway drug. And by the way, I've known people who have gone into cocaine with this as the gateway drug. I've never done cocaine. I don't plan to. You see, my mom and dad, they played the game of let's show Omega what somebody looks like after years and years of cocaine use. So my mom decided when somebody who was a silent movie star back in the day, he was a very tall, thin guy, he had a big nose, and he used to take Kleenexes. I don't know how many boxes this guy used because he had a big, well, anyway, I went to go see him, and it was like something from an X Files. A big guy was listening to hard rock music, playing. He had, where he was weighing, he had four sets of scales. Two of them had food on, and the other two had body parts. Kid you not? The guy would, take stuff with one hand and eat with the. I cannot make this shit up. I was grossed out. I'm like, and it smells and stuff. But this guy's just like doing his own thing. And I walk in there and I'm thinking my parents are playing a freaking practical joke on me because there's no way. Yep, there was. And he walks up and I said, I come to see No Nose. And I told him my mom sent me. Oh, yeah. He did years and years of, he mentioned some names that cocaine goes with, snot candy and all that stuff. And he opens the drawer. Along came Lurch. Yeah, that's what he looked like. No nose. None. No cartilage. Gone. He told me, poke it. I'm like, oh, hell no. That's just disrespectful. I mean, the guy was addicted to something. He just didn't know how to stop. I will never forget that face and how we got there. But I appreciate, yeah. Well, oh, I just said about, okay, I misunderstood you. Saying, so much better if I didn't do weed. What I asked was was the last time you went without? I haven't gone without smoking a year. That's what you want to know. I have never gone, since I've started smoking, I have not gone with that long. I know I'm going to light up. It helps with my stomach too. My stress has been so bad. I haven't been eating like I should be. So I try to eat at least 300 calories. Not going, far above that, but it's just like, okay, now I'm back to the shakes again. Usually I have like meal supplements I bring with me because sometimes I don't know, I get worried about everything. I'm going to have to talk to the boss because good Lord, I pissed off somebody by doing something, saying something. Oh my God. Dear God, I don't know what I did wrong. I really don't. Don't give me that look. Okay? I gave that look to other people. No. I don't know what I did wrong. I really don't, God. So please, please let my boss, understand. Let me explain myself if there's a way. I don't. Amen. So yeah. I have this just you know, a lot of people have been going through a lot of shit and it's just you can feel it. And it's sad, you know. Things happen, we all get stressed. Everyone takes their stress different. So I try to be mindful with everybody, So if I bring candy to work, I give it to everybody. I don't care if I'm not talking to Joe Blow. Joe Blow is going to get a couple pieces. I don't care if he doesn't eat it, he gives it away, whatever. Everybody gets, you know what I mean? I don't like to leave people out. Oh, God. I get what's called low sugar, and I get it really bad. And I get the shakes. It sucks. It really does. Well, right now I am smoking a hybrid. Hybrids are pretty good. It's like an in between, so you can get stuff done. You don't fall asleep. I found out when the bad thing about indica, it does make me tired. So I'll be sitting with my boyfriend and go, "You're falling asleep. I can hear. No, you're going to sleep. I know you're going to sleep. I know it. I know it." Go and you'll fall asleep. A hybrid is pretty good for the fact of alertness and stuff. Uh, they will. I think that a indica is heavier, like it hits you harder than what a hybrid does. A hybrid, because indica is what they also joke about being in the couch. And it really, when you first start smoking weed and you do indica, you're like, oh man, this shit's so good. You're like, oh yeah, whew, man, I gotta get some. So yeah, I know. I used to work for the weed industry, and I used to trim. I used to package it. I helped water it. I helped trim it. You know, I wasn't there when they cloned it, but when they hired the woman to help clone it, oh, I thought it was hilarious. They hired this real pretty woman, and I knew why. I knew what was going to happen. Boy, did I get some popcorn and shut the hell up and watch everything go on. Oh, it was hilarious. Oh, yeah. I don't think she kept that job very long, but she was paid pretty good money for a while to help clone and stuff. I don't know what happened, but I know she's not there no more because I know what car she drove. She drove this big ass truck, and it was like there was no, you could drive by the place and you can see that truck. So I haven't seen that truck in a whole lot long. And I know it was paid off, and I know she kept everything up on it. So I haven't seen her there, her truck, her vehicle. So I'm like, oh, unless she's driving in with somebody. I was hoping, it was like, wow, okay, let's see how this goes. And it didn't go very far. They resold the place. I don't know what happened. They fired a lot of the management when they resold it, but I was already gone by then. I missed working there because I was, in a sense, one of the queen bees. There was more than one. But I did do nothing. Oh God, no! But I got the popcorn and the chair ready. Oh, there was a lot of drama going on there, and I loved watching it after a while. I just watch it go on and on. It was the same shit. It was a different channel, but the same shit. The same storyline. I do that a lot now, and I just watch and I go, "Oh crap, that's stupid." Oh, I did tell that person, and you warn your friends. You always do that. You always get that feeling. All right, my friend, don't do this and this when I'm gone. Be good. And then God goes, oh, your warning went without listening. Look what happened. Oh, yeah. So each time I do go, I do warn my friend, I am leaving. Yes, you be good. This last time she was good. I was like, oh, my friend is good. Yay. You ever work with some people and you go, oh, they're planning something, and you're right, and you're going, crap, I was right. Oh, crap. Oh, jeez. Couldn't I be wrong once? Just once, I want to be wrong. Some people, you know what they're going to do. You just wait for them to do it, even though they've been told a gazillion, okay. So, my parents, I would tell my friends that my mom would give me her credit cards to go school shopping, and they thought I had the greatest mom. No, 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 no. I don't have a great mom. My mom is as weird as they come. Oh, come on. Let me tell you that she used to work and give her time over at different locations. She usually went and helped them out, and she'd get a bunch of free rubbers. So when she see people buying rubbers, she would, I swear to God, pull out these rubbers like it was a clown thing. It's never ending rubbers. Just it's coming out of my mom's purse, and it's just like thousands of rubbers coming out. Different colors. We got pink, blue, purple. Oh, look, that's green, yellow. Up. Pull out the rubbers. She'd give it to these people. You know, like a shitload of rubbers. I'm like, that came out of her purse? Jesus Christ. Huh. Wow. That's why I like the circus, I guess. So I usually walked away by that time because of the fact that my I just couldn't take it no more. I'm like, God dang, I'm weird enough. Ah, you can go play your weird game. Bye. So yeah. Oh, we have my favorite, one of my favorite things. We will, how about Mr. Predicto? Everyone can ask a question to Mr. Predicto and he will tell you, which sounds like a Klingon voice. That's why I bought it, because it sounded like the Klingon voice. I swear to God. Okay, so I'm going to ask it. Is my boyfriend true to me? Is my boyfriend true to me?
Definitely yes.
Woo! Okay. So, here it is. All right, let me ask it another question. Oh, it's going to ask, am I a virgin?
Yes, without question.
See? Am I normal? Am I normal?
That is a likely outcome.
So, see, I can be normal. All right. So here it is. Let's ask it. Trying to figure out, will my character be welcomed on the internet?
Yes, I am sure.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Well, Christine, you're going to be living as her real hair color, and the wig I'm wearing is actually the real thing of what she used to have. Oh yeah, I knew her way long time. Yeah, she had that hair processed really a whole lot. I couldn't believe it. She started doing it herself and it started falling out. Oh, trust me. She went from hair, I kid you not, hair that was down to her back. I remember that. And then I remember before she got her blonde hair, she had dark curly hair. Well, like dark hair, but it wasn't as curly. This one's like super curls. It's like, woo-wee. So yeah. And then she got her hair dyed blonde, and then she had long extensions, all kinds of crap. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Is my daddy watching over me?
The answer is unclear. Try again.
Oh, okay. Is Archangel Michael watching over me?
The answer is yes.
Oh. So, horse has fallen from grace. Ask it a question. It's electronic. Yeah, you know, I do prefer indica, but it's a little more pricey. And it's more potent. A lot of times I like to feel I'm able to stay up and get some stuff done, be able to meditate without falling asleep. I love my indica when I'm hanging out with my guy, and I also drink a lot of caffeine to stay up because I'm with him and I'm not wasting any moment. Stand them burping spiders are just all over around here. I think I got rid of them farting ones, man. They got the big asses. I've never seen spiders with. They're only here in Pahrump. The big ass spiders. So, well, it's gone over an hour, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Since I have to work in Tuesday evening, which is Monday, but still, I will be on a lot earlier. So I'm trying to figure that out. Let's see if I get on at least by 12, which is a good time for me. And that's where I'm going to get up. So 12 o'clock. I'll see you then. Keep it praying. Keep that prayer in your pocket. And keep that love in your heart. You never know what you're gonna start. All right. See you guys tomorrow. 12 o'clock. My time. I'm over in, Nevada, so. All right. Bye.